Okay, question 9. Below are parts of two train timetables. So you've got Swansea to Bristol Parkway, and then you've got Bristol Parkway to Sheffield. Okay, so clearly here we're looking at two different trains. Okay, so there isn't a train that goes directly from Swansea to Sheffield. Okay, but there is a train that goes from Swansea to Bristol, and then I suppose if you wanted to go to Sheffield, you'd have to get on a different train, hence why there is a different timetable. Now it says Sophie gets on the 10:55 from Swansea at Bridgend and gets off at Newport. How long does her journey take? What's really important here, when you read this question, it doesn't mean that she gets on the train at Swansea. Okay, that's really important. It doesn't mean she gets on the train at 10:55. This here is just telling us what train it is. Okay, so because this train actually starts at Swansea, okay, that's probably what the name of the train has been given for that particular day. So they would say this is the 10:55 train from Swansea, even when it stops at Newport and when it stops at Bristol Parkway, they'll announce it as the 10:55 from Swansea. It's quite clear she gets on at Bridgend. So here's the train, the 10:55 train. She gets on at Bridgend, so she gets on there, doesn't she? 11:25. And then she gets off at Newport. So she gets on there, gets off at Newport. Of course, then you've got that time gap there. Okay, so from 11:25 all the way to 12:08. Okay, now what I would do with this is I would split it up. Okay, you've got plenty of room here, so maybe go to 12 o'clock. Okay, go to the next hour. Don't worry about 12:08. That's 35 minutes. And then to 12:08 is 8 minutes. So in total, you add that up, is 43 minutes, isn't it? Okay, fantastic. David lives in Port Talbot and needs to go to Birmingham by 3:30 in the afternoon. What's the latest train you can catch from Port Talbot? So with this question, you need to sort of work backwards, okay? Because ultimately, this is what he needs to be, doesn't he? He needs to be in Birmingham by 3:30. So if you look at Birmingham here, okay, now that is too late, isn't it? Because that is 3:59, so that's a no-no, okay? But this one's good. This one will work. If he gets off at Birmingham then, that is 4 minutes to 3 o'clock. It's 2:56, so that's fine. That will work brilliant. Okay, so that's the latest one, isn't it? That's the latest one you can catch, because that one's too late. So that's the one you'll catch. And if he goes on that one, that means he's catching the train at Bristol Parkway at 13:40. Okay, so he's getting on this one. Okay. Now it says, what does it say? What is the latest train he needs to catch from Port Talbot to do this? Well, if he's catching this train at Bristol Parkway, he needs to be at Bristol Parkway by 13:40. So then if we look here, the trains then, the Swansea trains, let's see which one he needs to be on. Well, actually, this one would work, wouldn't it? Okay, that one would work, because if he gets at Bristol Parkway there, it'll give him 10 minutes to sort himself out so that he can get onto this train here. Okay, so that train is good, 13:30, and if we read up, we can see then, yeah, that's the time there. So he'll be on this train, and it says, what is the latest train you can catch from Port Talbot? So if we write 12:12, okay, then we say that's the time he leaves at Port Talbot. Okay, so written there, 12:12, as you can see from the table there, that's the time. It says then, how long should you have to wait at Bristol Parkway? Well, of course, we've already established that, haven't we? If we just look here, that gap, 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes, from 13:30 to 13:40. Okay, the last bit then, it says, on the day he travelled, owing to signal problems, the Swansea trains were 10 minutes late arriving at Bristol Parkway, and the trains to Sheffield were 15 minutes late leaving Bristol Parkway. Given that the trains kept to the normal speed, at what time did David arrive at Birmingham? Okay, well, if we think about it, it arrives 10 minutes late. So if we go back to this now, 10 minutes late, well, that means then he doesn't get to Bristol Parkway until 13:40. Okay, now he would be in a mad dash, wouldn't he, to get onto that train? But then again, it says, doesn't it? It says that the train's leaving here, but also 15 minutes late. So that means it actually leaves here at, what, 13:55. Okay? Now, if it's leaving 15 minutes late, it'll have a knock-on effect to this. So you just need to add 15 minutes on. So we add 15 minutes on to 14:56. Okay. We'll add, if you add 4 on, that will take you to 100 hours. So we need to add in another 11 on. So that's the time there. Okay. So you just need to say that the train will leave Bristol Parkway at 13:55. Okay, and then it will arrive at 15:11. Okay, question answer.